the program which uses the built-in function. Here we are going to convert the given string into octal and hexadecimal. Okay, by using that, these are the oct function and hex function which is defined in the Python interpreter namespace itself. So we never prefix module name with that function. Okay, so by default it is available in the Python built-in library. Okay, so in this case I am getting the input from the user. The user is first case, the user is entering 17. Then I am printing the whatever the value I got from the user that I have printed. So I have printed as a 17. Then I am converting those number into octal. Okay, how will you convert? You should divide the number by 8. Suppose I am getting 17 means I am dividing 2, 8, 16. So remainder is 1. So I will write like this 2, 1. So every octal number prefixed by the 0 followed by the O. Then I am going to convert into that same number I am going to convert in the hexadecimal format. So hexadecimal format means we should divide the number by 16. So that every hexa number should be prefixed by the 0 followed by x. So I will get 0x11. Then the second program is second program I am using the two Python standard built-in library function, that is int. It will convert the integer and round function. Okay, so integer means I am receiving the number in the form of float. So here it is in the float. Integer function, okay, which will truncate the truncate the value which is present after the decimal point. It will accept only print only the integer value. For example, here I have given input 5.5.5, 5.55. So in this case, whenever using the integer int function, so it will only print the nearest. Nearest to the. So it will print the nearest integer. Okay, nearest integer in this case. Okay, tnum. What is the tnum? After using the int function over the inputted value, over the input value, we will get 5 we will get 5. Okay, because it is 5.5. It is 5.5. So you will get 5 and it will truncate. Okay, it will truncate of the digits after the decimal point. And here I am using the round function. The round function means it will round up the nearest integer. So the nearest integer is 6. So here we will get 6. Then round. So I am supplying the I am using the round function without supplying the second parameter. So it is rounded to the nearest integer. Here I am supplying the second parameter. So it will be round off to the, that is it will round off to the 3 places after decimal. Okay, so in this case 3 places, 5.55, this is the 3 places. So based on this value it will be so here the fourth place is the 6. So it will be the 5 will be added by 1. So it will return 5.556. Okay, so here we notice the difference. Integer means it will truncate the floating decimal point value and digits after the decimal point. Round we can pass one parameter or we can pass the 2 parameters. If we are passing only the only one parameter means it will round off to the nearest value. If you are passing the second parameter means you are specifying that after the round off should be happen after the 3 decimal. Okay, then after the specified the integer number. Then in this round off, so round function only for the floats, it will applicable only for the floats, and round off 0.5 and round off minus 0.5 always give the output as 0. When you are using the round off functions to the 1.5, it will always return 2. Okay, integer which will truncate the fractional part. Okay, it returns only the integer. And round means we can pass only one parameter or we can pass two parameters. Okay, then we are going to see about the three new string based operations, functions. Okay, that is join, split and replace. So first one is join, string dot join. Join means whatever character you specified here, that is added. That character is joined after every character. So after the H, the star will be added. After the E, the star will be added. Like that, after each character, the given character is joined. Okay, then here T triple star, then R triple star, then I triple star. Okay, it will be joined like this. This is the string dot join function. Then suppose if you are giving the input for string dot join function, you are giving the input as a list which contain the list or the tuple. In this case, the tuple or the list must have all the members as string. Otherwise, the Python will raise error. So in this case, it is that is this tuple. This list is contain the same string values. Okay, same string values. So okay, after every character, it will be the given string is joined. So likewise here also after the every, it is a list. It is list and it is a tuple. So here also in this tuple also, tuple means what is that? Parenthesis. Okay, square bracket means it is a list. Okay, here after every member, the given character is added. Okay, here it will throw the error message because this tuple is having multiple data type. Okay, it will applicable, the string dot join function only applicable when all the tuple members have the same type. All the tuple members should be should be the data type of strings. Okay, otherwise it will raise the error message. Here it is showing the error message. Then string dot split function. String dot split function means you can if you are not giving any character, then by default it will take the white space as a splitting character. So based on the white space, okay, space, it will split the string. Okay, suppose here without I didn't pass any character, so by default it will be taken as a white space character. Here I have passed the white space character itself. So here I have passed the O character. So whenever splitting, when the splitting is occurring, the given character is not included in the output. So here O is a splitting character. It is not included in the output string. Okay, then string dot, the third function is, okay, third function is replace function. It will replace the string by the given string. Here this is the string. In this case the Python will be replaced by the program. So I love Python, it becomes I love programming. Okay, then third one is, the third program is the third program, that is you have to do the encryption and decryption based on the given character. So in this case, how the flow of execution, the program flow executed, first it will read the first line. Okay, it is a function, so it will go for the third line. Okay, after the indentation it will go. So here it will read the third line. After reading the def and colon, okay, function header, it will treat it as a function. So it will go to the fifth line. In the fifth line, it will get the some input. What is the input? I am giving my main string. Okay, then I am entering some character to encrypt here. Okay, that is at $. Then I am calling the function encrypt. So in the encrypt function I am passing the input string as well as the encrypted string which is entered by the user. So it will go. Okay, here I am using the function of, that is string, which string we want to insert after every character, that should become first. What is the N key? The N key contains the value of at $. So after every character it is inserted. It is called as encrypted key. Okay, once again, so the control, after encrypting, the control return to the next line and the same line. It will the encrypted text is stored in this variable. Then next statement decrypt. So decrypt, for the decrypt I am passing the encrypted string as an input, and that is based on I'm going to use the split function here. Based on this character I'm going to split the string. So it will it won't include this string when splitting is occur. So the control transfer to here and it will split based on this character. So the while splitting, the character which is specified as a splitting character won't be included. So we will get them in the D list. We will store the main that is the real string which we have entered by the user. Okay, so here so we have done the encryption, and again we have done the decryption. Here white space, I am joining the white space after every character I am joining white spaces. Okay, white space nothing but actually I am removing the spaces. Okay, then print encryption key. Okay, so space is available. The space is so after decrypting, so the space is available. That space is removed. Okay, removed, and when you are using this statement, and that encrypted string is printed, and once again the decrypted string is printed. Okay. Next one is clearing the variable from the previous program run. Okay, we can clear all the variables in the memory before running the next program. Okay, you already know the underscore. See, I already I have calculated 3 plus 4. What is the result? 7. I can make use of the previous result in my current program by giving underscore. So 7 plus 8, 15. So these previous output I can remove by giving a reset function. Okay. So by giving the reset functions, it will reset all your script. Then working with the standard library module, that is one is random module. Okay, random module, random is a function which is used to generate the random number. Here, if you want to generate the random number, then you have to import the module random. Okay, so random two functions. Okay, two types of function is in the random. One is random and another one is rand int. So random means which will always return the floating point value. Rand int means it always return the integer value. Okay, so the difference is very important. So when you are using the random, it will always generate the value between this, okay, 0.02 but less than the 1.0. But when you are using the rand int function, it will it's equal to, okay, so this is the lower limit, this is the upper limit. It will generate the upper limit also, but here it will generate less than the upper limit only. Okay, so here input rand, I am importing the module, then random. I am calling the function. It will generate, okay, decimal value which is between the ranges between 0.0 and less than the 1.0. Okay, when you are using that is we can also generate the we can also use the random function to generate the number between the some range. Here I want to generate between the 15 to, I want to generate a number between 15 to 35. In this case, we have to multiply, okay, the random function should be multiplied by the, that is should be multiplied by upper limit minus lower limit plus I have to add the lower limit. So by this way we can calculate it. Okay, then if you are going to rand int function means, okay, we will that is by passing this value, so it will include the upper limit also. While generating the random number, it will include the 35 also. So then they have given one question. In this question, they have used the, what is the function they have used? Random. So random means the upper limit won't be included. So in this case, 5 into 5. Int means that is int, after int we are doing the minus subtraction operation, that is upper limit minus lower limit. In this 5, so lower limit is 0. We have to take it as a lower limit 0. So